welcome back to my channel. So first of all, thank you so much for all the kind words on my last video, or I guess the video before that, where I just had a really honest chat and everyone was so lovely, so thank you so much. I've decided to do more videos like this, and I'm also gonna do them from my bed just because it's more comfy and it's just a nice way to like sit down and actually talk. So this background is gonna stay for now. Today is one of those days where it is very gray, it is rainy, it is stormy, it's just a really gloomy and very dreadful day, I suppose. And that really, I'm not sure if it reflects my mood or if it like really, if I'm in this mood because of the weather. It definitely does affect me when it's like gloomy and stuff as opposed to very sunny, because I notice that I'm always in a much brighter mood when it's sunny. So today it's kind of a bit of a, yeah, one of those rainy days. I'm sure you all know what I mean. So I just made myself a tea. It's a bright mood tea, which funnily enough is from Yogi Tea, which is my favorite tea brand. And they always have a little quote on there, which is really cute. This one says, "Intelligence and intuition are two friends." That's really nice. So yeah, I'm gonna be drinking tea throughout this video where I just chat away because I have some thoughts. So I thought instead of being in a very bad mood and just kind of hating this day and waiting for it to be over, I'm gonna embrace the weather situation and I'm gonna embrace this a bit weird, thoughtful mood that I'm in, because I realized that I haven't really taken a day out to think about myself in a very long time. And I think it is very important to take a step back every now and then and kind of really have an honest chat with yourself about who you are or where you are in your life, and just reflect on yourself. I think that is the only way to really make sure and keep in check that you are who you want to be, and that's the only way to kind of grow as a person, is to reflect on who you are as a person. So I decided that today I'm gonna have one of those days. I have a friend who's kind of going through a bit of stuff, and we've been chatting a lot recently, and I always give advice and tell them how I feel, but I haven't really done that with myself for a long time, and I decided today was probably a very good day to do that. So instead of trying to get in the spirit and like hustle away, I'm actually gonna take the day and just do a little thinking. I think that's very healthy. So what I decided to do today is I am gonna write down a list of characteristics I have, of habits that I have. Just really think about things that are going on in my life and think about who I am and be very, very honest with myself. Not in a way where I kind of slip into this mood of self-doubt and self-hatred. I know that is very easy to do when you think about yourself, and obviously you're gonna think about a lot of things that you do that you might not be happy with. If you're being very honest with yourself, there's probably stuff that you do that you might not like as much. Maybe that's the reason that you're doing this, is because you notice that you're doing a lot of things that you don't really like, or you're not really happy with who you are as a person. So it is a very slippery slope, and it's really dangerous to kind of fall into that pattern of being really hard on yourself and starting to like doubt everything you do and hate yourself. I think we're all very hard on ourselves as it is. We're our own worst critics, and it's always important to, I guess, view yourself from the perspective of someone else when you do that. Don't be hard, don't be subjective. Just try and like take a step back and be very, very honest. And after I'm done with that and like writing down everything, because I am making like, I'm actually physically writing it down as opposed to just thinking about it, just so I can like read it and go through everything later on, and I can like see what I want to change. And I think a really cool way to do that is to almost create like this alter ego version of yourself and think about that person not as yourself, but just like a person that you imagine that you think is someone who you would like to be, or create someone that you would like to spend a lot of time with, and really think about what qualities do they have, what habits do they have, how do they behave around other people, how do they treat other people, and really create this, I guess, alter ego that you think is the ideal person and you would love to be friends with that person. And then compare the two of you. So I'm gonna compare like, who am I right now as opposed to who is this person that I would really like to be? And then you can take like conscious little steps towards becoming that person. So think about, do they get up early in the morning, or do they sleep in? Do they have like a little morning routine? What kind of people do they surround themselves with? And think about that things and start incorporating that into your life. I think that's always a really good way of becoming a better person, I guess, is just thinking about the things that you want to do and step by step kind of start to do that. And I guess that's like the only way you can really do it. You can't really change overnight. You can't go to bed and wake up the next day and be like a completely different person. So whatever it is that you do want to change, try and do it in little steps. This is something that I should have done like a long time ago. I haven't really had a day to reflect on myself in a very long time. And I think today is a really good day to do that. And I think that everyone should do it more often. Just reflect on yourself and just try to be a better person. Try not to be so hard on yourself. I think that is, like I said, always really important, is to make sure that while you're doing all of this, you're not being too hard on yourself. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone fucks up a lot. I think a lot of people fuck up a lot of the time. We just don't really talk about it, but everyone messes up. Trust me, it's okay to mess up. I'm not really sure if this video was giving myself advice or giving someone else advice or just kind of saying the things that were on my mind, but either way, I'm gonna go turn off this camera and have like a little thought about all the things that I talked about. I really hope this was helpful to any of you guys. Like I said, if you're in a situation where you're not really happy with yourself, or even if you are, I think this is something that everyone needs to do more often. It's just to like reflect and try and be a better person, I guess. There's always room to improve, and it's always a good idea to try to improve as a person. You're never done learning. Life is crazy. There's so much to learn, so much to improve. So yeah, those were my thoughts on today and self-improvement, I suppose. Yeah, so I'm gonna turn off this camera. I hope this was somewhat helpful or just interesting to hear, and I will see you in my next video. Have a lovely day. Bye.